doing Killmonger and then Party Thor. Okay. All right.
Yep. Party Thor and Killmonger, and we're live. And hey, guys, good morning. It's a early morning Sunday edition of What If, and today we're doing a double episode. I want to welcome my co-host for this morning, Juwaan from Geek Vibes Nation. What's up?
How you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing? It's been a while since we done one together. It's been a while since I've been on. So excuse my absence, but let's get into it. So, obviously I missed what if Killmonger would have saved basically Tony Stark in Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course the last episode that dropped was Party Thor or whatever.
It's
What's the actual title?
Thor was the only child.
Okay. So Party
Mhm.
Thor.
Yes, exactly.
Which we will get into. But I had told you so. Although I didn't review this episode on my channel, I had told you on yours that as far as the Killmonger episode, I did enjoy it. And the reason being, Iron Man #1 was one of my favorite standalone films in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's the film that kicked everything off. I like everything to do with Iron Man, even if RDJ didn't, lend his voice for the character. But I am after being on your show and talking about what you talked about on your episode of the spoiler episode. I kind of agree with you that it does take away from it a little bit that after everything was said and done, it would have been nice had Tony still embraced the Iron Man suit anyway.
Right.
It really would have made it that much better because because they did it where Doctor Strange was already destined to do what he was going to do regardless of the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been nice that Tony was destined to become Iron Man regardless, because that was his destiny. So that I agree with you with that. But for the most part, I did like the episode. I liked the dynamic between Tony and Killmonger. I told you I liked the fact that Obadiah got fucking outed right away.
Immediately.
Yeah, that was cool. And then of course Happy got taken off of what he was going to get promoted, and Killmonger got his job, and and then of course Pepper was pushed to the side as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of things that happened, but I did see a lot of other YouTubers in their review also say that it would have been nice had he embraced not only the suit but the Iron Man moniker, because there was a really good suit that was made, but it went to waste at the end of the episode.
No.
And then the other things that we were talking about too, I think Jamie brought it up on your show, like why didn't he just duck out?
Why not just let the robot handle the work and
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, everything that I named, what did you like about, if any, what did you like about the episode?
I liked everything. I mean, you just stated it. The only thing I didn't like was I thought him being Iron Man was a fixed point.
Yeah.
If he doesn't become Iron Man, how do they stop Thanos?
Exactly.
So I'm like, I thought that was weird, but he died anyway, so you couldn't stop Thanos regardless. But I like the episode. It essentially was, what if Killmonger achieved his plan?
Right.
And he did. And
yeah,
it looked like it worked. So I don't know what Pepper and Shuri had planned for him. I don't think we'll ever see that. But it was a really, really, really good episode. I like how now Don Cheadle, is the war machine for that franchise. Just like when they did the Incredible Hulk, it was Mark Ruffalo and not Eric. I was gonna say Eric Bana, not Eric Bana. Edward Norton.
Yeah.
So they're just retconning in the animated world for these movies that we've seen. But I enjoyed it. I mean, that's truly Killmonger at heart, and I really love how they double down on him just being a bad guy. So for everyone that's like, well, just bring Killmonger back to life and let him be the new Black Panther. No.
Nope.
No. I think we got our answer in that episode that's not something they're interested in, or it would have been done. So I appreciated this episode for doing that. But I would have liked to see Tony in the suit. It just would have felt right, even if he lost. Because again, he would have been fairly new at using the suit, so it makes sense for him to lose. But still, just seeing him in it, one last time, really would have made this episode a 10 out of 10 for me. But I did enjoy what I got from it.
Yeah, I mean, and he probably would have lost, and because how many different versions of the suit did he make? A lot of it had to do with his own trauma, and he was just trying to keep busy, especially in Iron Man 3. But he tinkered with that suit so many times. He had so many different versions. He was, I think, at one point in the 40s, right? He had built at least over 45 different suits.
40 was the last one we saw.
40, okay. So Mark 40 was the last one we saw. So, and again, I know a lot had to do with Iron Man 3, but I agree. That was the only thing that, looking back, I would have been like, yeah, you know what? That would have made it even more of a solid episode had he just embraced the suit, whether he would have lost or not. But I was also thinking about, too, when you said it, how they retcon not only Mark Ruffalo's appearance in The Incredible Hulk, but now Don Cheadle. How much of a fuck you to Terrence Howard would have been if they would have used his likeness? First of all, they wouldn't have been able to. At least I don't think.
It wouldn't have been.
But that would have been funny.
Yeah, no, I don't think they would have been. But it would have been a major FU.
Yeah.
Because he felt very much entitled of he should be paid more than RDJ, and it's just like, but you're not Iron Man. Yeah. Why would you ever think that? So yeah, that would have been funny.
All right, so moving along. Now we have the episode 7 that just had streamed on Wednesday. This one was what if Thor was the only child?
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm going to tell you right now, and I already told you via text. I wasn't able to, come on live with you guys, which I would have loved to, but I was upstate. I didn't like this episode at all. I mean, there was not one part, with the exception of the end, when we see the Ultron infused with Vision, all the stones. I thought that was really cool. I just want to know what's to come now, and maybe some of the fighting between Captain Marvel and Thor. Take that aside. I just was like, what the fuck is going? Like, there was way too much happening. Things were being plucked out from different universes. It was cool, seeing Loki as a frost giant, and all the Drax was there, a bunch of different characters from all over, from every single aspect of the MCU was there, which was cool. But I just felt like it was so, I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I didn't like it at all. I really didn't at all. I think this was my least favorite out of all 7 episodes so far. I can easily say that. What did you had said a lot of people felt, because I commented on your channel, on your video. You had said most people felt that way. What were your thoughts on this episode?
I loved it till Tia reminded me what the name was. I thought it was Party Thor or something like that. And then when she said no, it's what if Thor was the only child? I'm like, well, I got none of that from this episode outside of obviously when they say, oh, it's about Thor being the only child. It kind of felt like that to me kind of felt like the most extreme.
Yes.
Thor being the only child.
Right.
So I didn't really understand it. So to me, it just didn't make any sense, but I had fun with it. It was retconning a lot. Seeing Drax and Rocket and Nebula in the same location, but they still don't know each other because Guardians hasn't happened yet. Was a lot of fun. Seeing Aisha from the Golden People. I know they have an actual name. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but they were there.
It was right that they were there, but of course she doesn't hate the Guardians because they don't even exist yet. A lot of it was just a lot of fun. Seeing Loki as a frost giant was awesome because it means he was actually able to grow into a frost giant.
I did like that part. I liked it, the what do you call it? The back and forth between them two. I did like that. Brother from a different mother. Like I liked it.
No, brother from it.
I did no. I liked certain aspects of it, but it just at one point, like you said, and I think you used the word the correct thing that I was trying to look for in being extreme. Yeah. Like I know there's the whole only child syndrome. I get it, and whatever, they don't like to share, they don't like whatever, but this is like the extreme version of what an only child would be. I know we didn't have Loki to, I think the Watcher's the one that said it in the beginning of the commentary. They didn't have Loki to basically balance him out, right. And it just, to me, it went haywire, and it went haywire just way too much. And I think that's what I had the problem with. if it would have been scaled down, or if there would have been a little bit more meaning, or like you said, if it would have just been simply called Party Thor, then it would have made more sense.
No.
But
yeah, I mean, I just, like I said, I don't know. It was just really like watching that first Thor movie, I never felt like, oh, if there was no Loki, this would be what Thor would become. And I get it. What if it's supposed to be the most, outrageous concepts of what if? But to me, it was just like, I don't know. I didn't get a sense of that from Thor at all. Like, he doesn't grow a beard because there's no Loki. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just a lot that was just like, I don't get it at all. But I will say I had a very fun time with this episode. It's always good to have Kat Dennings back as Darcy. Darcy is freaking hilarious.
Yes, I agree.
Seeing Danvers being used as a last resort. And I was saying that I love Maria Hill being in charge of SHIELD. She was in the comics, but now we'll never get it because there is no more SHIELD. So I love
but how she was what do you call it? How she became in charge felt a little dumb to me, though. How Fury was kicked, how he was basically pushed aside, how he was, taken out, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, it was to me. I didn't
Fury.
really mind it because it was in par with how the episode was. Everything was just outrageous.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, well, the only way to really get Fury out of here to give Maria that spot is he'd have to either be unconscious or dead.
Yeah.
So it was just like, okay, all right, okay, I guess. But no, it's always good to see her in that role. Brock Rumlow, seeing Crossbones back, is always fun. And then Darcy marrying Howard the Duck and becoming Darcy the Duck.
That was
hilarious.
Yeah, again, over the top, but in theme, in par with the rest of the episode. But yeah, that was insane. I do like Kat Dennings a lot. I liked her cameos or I should say not cameos, her dialogue and her lines in WandaVision too. Even there, when everybody was also what do you call it? Petitioning for a show with her and Jimmy.
Oh God, I'd love that show. Oh yeah. Heck yeah, where it's technically X-Files, but with those two.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Yeah, I liked their back and forth as well in WandaVision. No, but is it a fun episode? Yes. But I just felt like it was an episode that I didn't need. I wasn't really, all right, I watched it. Let's move on. But again, the ramifications from it, the ending of it is what intrigued me the most. And again, that's if you guys haven't seen it yet, I'm sorry, because it's a spoiler review, but we see Ultron basically covered with all the stones and inside his vision. But I ask you now, there's a couple of memes going around. Obviously, he had to have stolen it because he wouldn't have been able to get it in Vormir, the Soul Stone I'm talking about, obviously. How do you get the Soul Stone without a soul? Unless he had to have stolen it from...
Well, it depends, because if this Vision in whatever universe he comes from was in love with Wanda,
he sacrificed Wanda. That was the first thing I thought of.
Nice Wanda.
That was the first thing I thought of. But how? I know you're strong, but how are you taking down Wanda?
Remember, it all depends. Like, again, look at how blind Wanda is by love.
I guess he's not.
By love. She created a whole reality for
he
love.
Was also, but that's the other thing too. He's not really subject to emotions of feelings yet. He seemed to have been blinded by love as well. No, in the zombie episode. No.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Which now that you say that out loud, though, that doesn't make sense with his character.
Well, this is Ultron. This is not Vision.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, if there was any kind of and look, again, he could have stolen it for sure. There's no argument there. But I am saying, if they go the route of he actually went there, Wanda would be his soul. And that would have to be the sacrifice. But you're right. It very well could be, because this is Ultron, not Vision. He could have just stolen it from whoever had it.
Yeah, because now it makes sense. Because if you think about it this way now, because I was thinking of it of Vision and Ultron as two separate entities. But if you're going by the route of Age of Ultron, had Ultron succeeded, and Vision becoming the sentient body of Ultron, right?
Yep.
Then the dynamic and the relationship between Ultron and Wanda never happened.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it can't be a soul.
Okay. So then he stole it. We're back to square one. He stole it.
However, the Mind Stone and Wanda still have a bond. That's not taken away. That happens regardless. No.
Yeah, that still happens regardless.
So maybe Ultron still. I don't know. Now I'm confusing myself.
This could be an Ultron that goes from different dimensions or different realities or multiverses or whatever, and takes the stones in their most vulnerable points.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Ultron succeeded by that point, we only know of 3 or 4 stones by that point. Because the Tesseract is the first stone we see, and that was in First Avenger.
Right.
And then the Mind Stone, that was in the Spectre.
The Scepter.
And then I think Guardians came out before Age of Ultron, if I'm not mistaken. So then there's the Power Stone. The Power Stone. Only had 3 stones to that point of Age of Ultron.
What about Thor: Dark World? You had the Ether.
Oh, shoot. So was Thor: Dark World after Age of Ultron or before?
I thought it was before.
Okay, so then 4. We only had 4 stones.
Right? Wasn't that 2013? Wasn't Age of Ultron honestly, I can't remember. Wasn't Age of Ultron 2014?
You could 1,000% be right. I think you actually are right, because I think because after that movie, because in that movie Thor dreams of Ragnarok, and then the next time we see Thor, yes, you are right. Because remember,
Age of Ultron might be 15. There's no way it was only 2 years apart. No, I think it was 3.
No, it might have been 2. Because remember, Age of Ultron ends with Hulk going into outer space and Thor leaving, and the next time we see them is Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it couldn't have come out after. Because that's a long
Ragnarok is 17.
Then it came out in 15.
Yeah, I think Age of Ultron was 15.
Yeah.
I don't think the Avengers movies were 2 years apart. I think they were 3.
Let me see.
And we obviously know 2012 was the first Avengers. So I think it was 2012, first Avengers, 2015. I think Thor: Dark World was 13.
Yeah.
Guardians was 14. And Guardians was 14.
Dark World. Nope. Yeah, 2013 was Dark World. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So those stones, the only stones that we didn't know of were Soul Stone, because we don't find that out until Infinity War.
Right.
And now that's it, right? We know all the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
And time, because Doctor Strange comes out in 16, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah. What's up, Elevators? How you doing?
Yep, it came out after. Now, my question is, he's traveling through realities.
Yeah.
Now, in the comic books from Reed Richards, it's 2 comics you actually get this dialogue.
Are you bringing in Reed Richards now?
Oh, no. I'm saying in the comic books, he had pointed out that when you travel through realities, stones don't work. The stones are tethered to their specific reality.
Oh.
And then when you got the Marvel and DC crossover, what's his name? Darkseid tried to use the gauntlet and couldn't, because it was a whole nother reality. So he just plucks the glove off and throws it because it's useless. So I'm curious. Again, they could be retconning it, doing whatever they want. So I'm not putting any weight on it. But I am saying I am curious if they just say, well, you can go from any reality and use the stones, and they work. So I'm curious, because Reed was, he was toying with the stones and was just like, yeah, you can't travel through different realities. They're tethered. They're stuck to the reality they're in. Like, you'd have to go to another reality and find the stones there.
Yeah, because this has been coming up actually a lot, either on YouTube or even on Google News. But they basically said that, look at the stones that were in the, what do you call it, the Loki series, right? Mm-hmm. They were only rendered useless because of where they were.
Right. Yeah.
And outside of that, outside of the TVA, they were still fine. But then other people were saying that they're not, like you said, they can't be used outside of its own reality. So I'm starting to wonder if they are retconning that, or that's the case. But I think whatever universe Ultron is from, he either stole the stones from Thanos or collected them himself, and he probably threw Wanda off Vormir. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You basically said the same thing, that you think, and that was the first thing I thought of. If he had to sacrifice anything, it would make sense. It would be Wanda. But also too, now I don't think there's a correlation between the two, but we did see Thanos, zombie Thanos, wielding the gauntlet and all stones,
I'm
right?
glad
Except
you
for
brought
one.
that up. Yes, except for one, and it
Except
was
for the
on
mind.
its way to him. It was on its
Yeah.
way to him.
Right.
I'm glad you brought that up because I do believe that the reason Uatu gets involved, if he does, or
I think he's going to. I think by the end he will.
So let's flip it. Instead of saying that definitively, the reason why we'll get a ragtag Avengers team is because I do think it'll be an all-out war between Thanos' zombie army and Ultron's sentient army. Whether Strange is using that army to maybe snuff out Ultron and then they defeat the two at the end. I think it's going to be because you see in the trailer, Thor goes, "Zombies, good idea."
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's Strange bringing the zombies there to maybe try to have them fight Ultron. But I think we'll see zombie Thanos again. I'm just really curious to see how they stop him. That team does not look like it's the team built to stop that.
That would be really cool. Honestly, I think the last up is going to be called "What If the Watcher Intervened." That would be cool.
That would be huge because he does not, unless it is something all shattering. That's if in the MCU, we probably won't see him until Galactus.
If they're not going to retcon what you said about the stones not being able to work in different realities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Ultron is passing through different dimensions or different realities, that would make sense if he is able to wield them and use them. The Watcher intervening, because now it's messing around with the multiverse. Now it's something that the Watcher would have to, especially if the Avengers aren't going to be able to stop him.
Right. I mean, you did see it caught him off guard. So he was just like, oh, wow. I didn't see that coming. Okay. Which, by the way, I do want to point out to people, Uatu is not all-knowing. Like, he doesn't see things before they happen. Mm-hmm. He's a watcher. His job is to watch things as they happen. So for a lot of people, like, how did he not know? It was that's not his power.
Yeah, no, I never assumed he was like that. You know, he was all knowing or he was omnipresent or omnipotent, like something like that. I just felt like you said, he's literally just a watcher, you know, but if he does intervene, which I'm assuming, and I'm pretty much sure that they're going that route of how they're going to end it with him having to intervene especially because of how the episode, I think that's why that episode ended the way it did. You know, and Mike, thank you very much. Morning, just showing some love. I appreciate it. But yeah, so I'm curious to know, and did we get a trailer for episode 8 yet or no?
No,
they didn't show any.
We won't know anything until probably tomorrow or Tuesday. Probably tomorrow.
I'm curious. Now I'm curious to see what's going on. How many episodes are there? 9?
Yeah, it's 2 left.
Okay. All right, so we'll know within 2 weeks at least, you know, and at least a couple of days from now or tomorrow of what episode 8 is going to be about. But now, like I said, as much as I really wasn't crazy about, and I did have, I can go with you on that. I did have a little fun with this last episode with Thor, but you know, like I said, a lot of things just were happening at once. Although I did like and enjoy seeing the characters together, even though those teams aren't even built yet or aren't going to be made because of certain things that didn't happen and stuff like that. I wasn't crazy about it. It was definitely my least favorite, but
I mean, no, I was just gonna say, I mean, I enjoyed all the nods. The nods are what stuck out to me the most. The nod of Thor telling Captain Marvel to smile and she only gets angrier. That's a callback to the actual Captain Marvel movie where the biker dude told her to smile, and you know, the whole play on guys are disgusting and, you know, like women deserve better. So I thought that was hilarious. I also thought it was hilarious the South Dakota conversation.
That was great. Yeah, that was funny.
Just go to one of the Dakotas. Who cares? It's South Dakota. Who cares? But no, I mean, it's just a lot of funny stuff that came from it that I just really truly appreciated because it was a blend of Thor 1 and Captain Marvel that were being kind of like spliced together.
The next episode is about Ultron and Nat being the last survivor.
Last survivor of what?
I don't know. I think tomorrow episode is about Ultron and Nat being the last survivor. I don't know.
It does look like it looks like a savage land Nat.
Right.
Like wherever she came from, it's not much of anything left.
All right. So maybe that's what he means by last survivor.
Yeah, I believe that's where Nat comes from. I don't know the correlation of Ultron though, because
Yeah.
that Ultron is technically from the movie Age of Ultron. So he's from 2015, right?
Yeah, 2015.
So he's from 2015, and ultimately he won. So maybe he made that world Savage Land, and now he's traveling to other worlds. Maybe. I mean, because Ultron having the stones makes him literally the strongest character in all of the MCU that we've seen. Because there's no limit. He could snap 90 times, and it's not gonna burn his arm off. He could take it. He could take the arm off, put another one on.
Yeah. You're right. There is no limit to his power. Remember what he wanted to do in Age of Ultron. He wanted to wipe humans from existence.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Well, like I said, there's a lot of things that could be possible now from the ending of this episode alone, and that's why, again, as much as I don't hold this episode to high regard, it's the ending that really, really intrigues me. And like I said, specifically with the 2 episodes remaining, is what, by the way, I've been telling some streamers while I watch, I'm kind of getting sick of people calling me elevators. So you can call, okay. Oh, Bella. All right.
It's because it's the name. It's the name. So we automatically go to the name.
No, but I'm going to use Bella now. All right. Call me Bella.
All right.
All right, Bella. You got it. But yeah, so again, we have 2 episodes now. Most times, and not all the MCU, in fact, I don't think any of the MCU shows have followed this formula. But most times in most series, the last episode before the second to last episode, it's called the penultimate episode, is generally sometimes they have more. It's more not of a cliffhanger, but the ending or the twist is almost always better than the actual finale. I don't know why, but now I don't know if this is going to follow that formula. Episode 8 is going to give us that, where we're going to get something really good in episode 8, and then the finale is going to be great too. So I'm kind of excited that we are getting the penultimate episode in episode 8. So let's see if, but again, this series really isn't linear either. They're all pretty much separate episodes unless they're going to connect them, which I don't think. You do think they're going to connect all of them or some?
I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, there's supposed to be I've told you this before. It's supposed to be elements that leak into probably Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
And apparently, the one that has been rumored the most or somewhat confirmed is Captain Carter being in Doctor Strange Multiverse of the Madness.
Okay.
So it depends on what leaks into that I'm more interested in, but I don't know. To me, What If should end in a culmination of something satisfying to what this season has brought. And kind of like tying everything off. Because season 2 should be all new what ifs that don't connect to what season 1 just did.
I agree.
Because you're going into new territory. We'll have had Eternals by then, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange, Thor. Like, we'll have had so many more movies before we get to season 2. Hopefully Fantastic Four have been casted by then. X-Men has been announced. So it opens the door for them to use so much more. So season 2 should be drastically different and non-connected to that first season. You can still use Uatu, but we shouldn't see Party Thor again. We shouldn't see Supreme Strange, Captain Carter. Should be all new realities of all new stories.
I wouldn't mind that. I would rather, and I think they should do that. Keep it fresh, make new stories, new episodes. Bella says, I'm really excited because in the trailer, Captain Carter has a stealth suit like Steve had in the Winter Soldier. Okay. Yeah, I get it. And then another thing, I don't want to talk about it now, but another thing we do need to bring up at one point during anything, maybe even your one of your review shows. I don't know if you spoke about it yet with your guys, but this whole lawsuit thing that's happening with Disney and Marvel possibly losing the rights to these characters by 2023?
Yeah, that'll never happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either, but that would be big. That would cripple.
Ditko will get paid. Apparently,
Yeah.
he's out of money, and this is just to get money, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's Disney. They'll pay him off.
Yeah.
Disney knows this. You can survive as a franchise with just Star Wars.
Yeah.
You can't. You've messed that up. You've messed that up drastically.
Definitely.
And the shows aren't enough to get you anywhere near what one Marvel project can get you. So no, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna let that
happen. I didn't think so.
And no way Sony lets that happen either. You trying to take Spider-Man? That's all we got.
Yeah.
Hell no. They'll come together, give them like $120 million, only for Scarlett Johansson to go, well, goddamn, break me off a piece of that.
Exactly. I want some of that Ditko money.
Yeah, exactly. Give me some of that. But no, I don't even think it warrants a conversation because I don't even think it'll even.
I mean, I just wanted to get your take on it. I didn't think so either. I felt that way as well. I was like, there's no way a company like Disney or even Sony combined allow that to happen.
Hell no. Sony's given us 900 different Spider-Man projects.
Yeah.
You think they're about to lose the rights to be able to do that?
No.
No. I haven't even followed the story because
I haven't either. Ever since I saw the headline, I looked it, but I missed a Marvel probably getting put in Ditko spray painted behind Peter and MJ in the new
Well, no, because if you're Feige, you can go, hey, Ditko, relax. I always respect you. I put you in the movie.
I put you
I put you in there. So maybe Feige can help smooth some of this over.
Yeah.
And make it go away. I just think it's hilarious that he just came out of nowhere and was just like, I want it back. It's like, wait, what? He would have never pulled this if Stan Lee were still alive. That's all I know. He would have never pulled that. Ever.
All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much it. That was our spoiler review for the last two episodes of What If, episode 6 and 7. Of course, we have 2 more left, so stay tuned and follow, subscribe. Juwaan, I got the link to your channel also in the description. So, guys, go on over to Geek Vibes Nation, GVN. Drop some support. Follow them. He does a review to pretty much everything Marvel on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
So check that out if you're into that. And of course, I don't know moving forward. I guess maybe next Sunday, hopefully, even if Kitty's available or not, I'm still probably going to go on. Maybe earlier if she's not. Maybe on Friday, and I'll do my spoiler review for episode 8 for What If. Yeah. But also, guys, stay tuned. I got a lot of other things planned. I'm actually looking at it on my desktop. I've made a bunch of thumbnails for projects that I'm going to start doing. Maybe later by today. And of course, we got Monday Morning Quarterback tomorrow for you football fans tomorrow morning. And Juwaan, we're going to do that Malignant spoiler review soon.
Can't wait.
It's happening. Again, I'm trying to correlate and coordinate, I should say, with 4 different people, me and you included. So, all right, and Bella, it's actually better knowing to call you Bella other than elevators. I always felt weird saying it. So now that you've given me that opportunity to address you properly, I appreciate it. And you have a great day, and we will see everybody next week. Juwaan, again, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Always good talking to anything with you, Star Wars, Marvel, and everything like that. So
we gotta talk some Star Wars soon too.
Soon. Well, once they give us something.
They gave us Visions.
We'll see. We'll see it. We'll see it. All right, guys. Have a great day. Enjoy your Sunday, and we will see you soon.